I've seen a lot of reports online saying how Diddy should just be let free.
I think on the RICO charge and the federal charges, I am only convinced that he engaged in interstate transportation of. Yes, that's a federal crime, a very low-level federal crime, in which he would be guilty of and sentenced to less than 1 year.
2 weeks later.
We begin with breaking news. Jurors have reached a partial verdict in the Sean Diddy Combs sexual misconduct trial. The jury reached a verdict on 4 of the 5 counts, but is stuck on the top charge, racketing conspiracy, a charge that could send Combs to jail for life.
So following more breaking news, a live look right now outside of the New York courthouse where a judge just denied bail for Sean Diddy Combs. Combs was found not guilty on the most serious charges against him.
Any reaction on the verdict?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Free pops. Come on, Diddy's free. Diddy's free.
Switching it up. I pick you up like this, drinking my cup. Also flashy tossing.
Appreciate all the love. Diddy's free. Let's go. Diddy's free. Spread the word.
Are you happy with the verdict? Are you happy with the verdict, guys?
As you know, the verdict is in for Sean Diddy Combs. It's a mixed verdict. Jurors found him not guilty of the most serious charges, the racketeering and trafficking, but found him guilty on the 2 lesser charges, which is transportation to engage in street walking activities. Word is, after the verdict, Diddy was obviously pleased. He faced the courtroom gallery and clapped as his family and friends erupted into applause. So yeah, of course, a lot of people right now, they're on social media reacting to this verdict.
Government is who you blame if you feel that these victims didn't get justice, because he was guilty of the domestic violence and all those things. But you know what they did? They swung for the fence and they went for a RICO.
Basically today, the jury decided that a FRECO is not a RICO.
How do you feel about the verdict today?
I'm very happy. I feel like justice was served. I've been to a few of his parties and there's been nothing but generosity and positivity, and I've never seen anything negative ever.
I'm an independent journalist that had predicted this was going to be what happened. I said the RICO is weak.
Hopefully he do get some therapy. Hopefully he does get some help. Seek some help. Stay away from the D-rugs and the addiction. But my question is, for the people that were complicit, that you think he was guilty, what about everybody that got supposed immunities and proffer agreements and all of that?
Okay, by the way, guys, for you guys talking about the Diddy case, I already said this. It's a show trial. That's why I didn't cover it. It's so clearly a show trial. We didn't get Christina Karam. We didn't get Lucien Grange. We didn't get the Universal execs. If you read through Little Rod's lawsuits, Diddy was not at the top of the ring, okay? And it sounded like it was a Fed operation. And so it was a show trial because the Feds are never going to reveal the Feds that are in control of an operation. And the minute that they did not bring Christina Karam, the involvement that this woman have, apparently it's like having a Jeffrey Epstein trial and not like a public Jeffrey Epstein trial and not mentioning or bringing up Ghislaine Maxwell. Like, that's how you know it was a show trial.
Now, a lot of people been wondering where Miami was at and what she thought about the case. That post tells you. I just saw a post that said, never mistake silence for someone being neutral or someone not supporting a person, right? And that post from Young Miami spoke volumes, right? People kept wondering, why isn't she involved in the case? And, oh, she wasn't letting him do this. Oh, she distanced herself from him. People were saying that, but right after the verdict popped out, she's talking about
Diddy as beat the feds. No matter how you look at it, he beat the feds. And people always be like, oh, you can't beat the feds, yada. Diddy beat the feds. And if I were Diddy, right, when I get out, because I wholeheartedly feel like they're about to let him walk on bond. He's going to be out on bond. He's going to go home. He'll be able to travel and live his normal life until sentencing. And then I think when he gets sentenced, I think it's going to be very minimum. Like, well, you're sentenced to 1 year in prison. You already did 1 year in jail. You probation, 10 years, whatever the case may be. I think it's going to be very minimum, but I do think he's going to go home today. But once I got home, what I would do is I would reach out to Baby Oil, because he's going to have more freak offs. He's going to keep with the same program. I would reach out to Baby Oil for a partnership. I would make sure that I am getting girls from the state that I'm in. I would, you know what I'm saying? I would like Stick to the regular program because he has an addiction to that. And he's going to continue. And Young Miami has already made a post. I'm going to put it here. She's doing her little clock it thing. Matter of fact, right here. Just watch this. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be back to normal routine with his girls, whether it's Young Miami, Gina, or whoever it is. I think it's back to normal routine, get to busting it open. That's just my opinion.
You surprised by the news today with Diddy at all?
Surprised in what way?
Just, I mean, were you thinking that he was going to get off, or did you think he was going to be found, like?
Well, I was hoping that he, got around in RICO and things like that, because I didn't think that being a freak constituted having a RICO charge. You understand? And I don't want to take nothing away from any, the women and
Sure.
whatever he had done, right? But at the end of the day, I didn't think that the what the feds were doing, the narrative that they had created, really fit what was happening. It is what it is. He got found guilty for, flying in prostitutes or whatever. I mean, this is something that people do all the time, and those people, for women or whoever soliciting goods, they want to do that, but who am I? I'm not a lawmaker.
Yeah. Well, the person in the hip hop, the artists and stuff like that.
Right.
Do they take him back? Do you feel like he comes back with open arms?
I mean, listen,
because again, he's found innocent. And at the end of the day, you're innocent until proven guilty.
Here's my thing. The problem with the world today is that we all stand so judgmental, right? I can't judge guys on some of the things that they may have done, right? So I mean, it's to each his own. Like I don't know what the game gonna have for him. I don't know what that's gonna look like. Everybody got something to say. So but I didn't think that. I'm glad I didn't want to see him get life.
Yeah.
Right. So I thought that he would at least get the bail after he got found guilty on a lesser charge. I think the jury did the right thing. I think they saw for what it was. He was a guy that was in these relationships. He had wild freak nature, but that's whatever. You know what I mean?
Are you the freak stuff? Do you think Do you think people are going to start, obviously the hip hop guys, like rappers, are they going to treat him like they used to after all the stuff they learned about him?
I don't know, but I know this. What I learned is that I thought I was a freak. To that.
Yeah.
When that came out, then I was like, I'm really a choir boy. I thought I was on time, but I'm really not.
Man, I'm so glad Diddy free, bro. The reason is because I'm tired of seeing us black moguls get took down like that, bro. And I'm tired of seeing us black people go against us black moguls like that. And I feel like if Diddy was a white man who done all this for people, I know he ain't paid people, but if he done all this for hip hop, if he was white, they would have had so many white people out there protesting for this man losing his life behind a relationship, And people always, Boosie was on Diddy's side. Nah, it ain't that. It's because I'm thinking about 7 children. Y'all thinking about one person. I'm thinking about these 7 kids who been in my kid's position. Not knowing if your daddy gonna come home or not is a burden on the child. So all y'all was like, no, I'm thinking about them damn children, man. So, man, I'm glad he's free, bro. Like I've been said, I don't feel he was guilty of nothing, nothing but domestic violence, But the court spoke, man, and man, I'm happy that dude children, man. I know his feeling right now, bro. I'm just happy for them children, man. Diddy sit your ass down somewhere. That's what you need to do. Grab Stevie J and your children and get the f*** on.
So there it is. Diddy had a mixed verdict, not guilty of the most serious charges, the RICO, the trafficking, and the guilty charges really come from the Mann Act. So I would really like to see moving forward how things should work out, especially between men and women, when it's a crime to have somebody travel to you in order to engage in relations. How is this going to change the, quote, flued out culture? Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me what you think about all this below. Special thank you to Creed. I appreciate you, Creed, for all of your support for the channel, as well as Rob P. You can show your support as well. The link to PayPal is below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.